A very big hello to all my dear students out there. So, the auspicious time of Navratri has arrived. Yes, Navratri 2020 are finally here, and after the Navratris, we are going to celebrate the festival of Dashera. So, are you excited, children? Well, I don't know about you, but I sure am very excited, and I'm sure that you must be excited as well. So, if we look at the term Navratri, if we look at the very word Navratri and we try to translate it into English, the very translation boils down to 9 nights. And there is a logic behind the celebration of Navratri every year. And the logic is very simple. Every month, you know, every month after the no moon day, or Amavasya as we call it here in India. So after Amavasya, the days are counted. We start to count these days. The ninth day is called Navmi, and Navmi again means ninth or the ninth day it is. These 9 days are considered to be very feminine in nature. Out of the 28 days, 1.5 days roughly, or let's say nearly 30 to 36 hours approximately, is a very neutral time when the full moon is on. So 27 days are the days which are calculated in a certain way scientifically. 27 days or the number 27 is very significant with respect to the entire solar system also. So 1/3 of it is called the feminine part of the month or these 9 days. The remaining 18 days are considered to be very masculine in nature. So when the feminine energy is on, the Devi's game is on. So that is why in the Indian tradition, up to Navmi, all the worship is dedicated to the Devi. After that, things will start to change. Particularly when we talk of the Indian tradition that comes all the way from the beautiful land of Kashmir, which is a very strong feminine worshipping culture, if you did not know about it. I'm talking about the past, the past. Today, if we talk about Kashmir, you will think about terror, you will think of militancy, you will think of extreme manifestations of many things and many energies which are happening around us. But this is all about, let's say, this was all started about 7 to 8 centuries ago. Before that, and even after that, for some time, Kashmir was a very strong Devi process. A lot of strong Devi processes or feminine energy related processes were happening in the land of Kashmir. Kashmir was a land, and it is still a land which is very famous for its worship of the feminine process or the feminine energy. Kashmir as a land in India has been very, very prominent when it comes to the worship of all energies which are divine and feminine. And every feminine oriented practice, very powerful things are happening in the land of Kashmir. All the feminine oriented practices and all the feminine powerful practices are still happening in Kashmir. So, there are, every Navmi, that is every 9 days in these 12 months in a year. These 9 days are dedicated to different forms of the Devi. The one that comes now, which is called the Shehra or the Navratri, as it is largely celebrated across the country. This is dedicated to Devi Sharda. This was considered most important because Sharda is the goddess of learning. So among the various things that a human being can do, this particular tradition, this one tradition, held learning as the most important thing that a human being can do. A human being can fight. He or she can win a war. He or she can conquer the whole world. He or she can even run away. But the most important thing that a human being can do is learning. that is the most significant aspect of who we are. Other creatures can run faster than us. Some of them are even stronger than us. They can do so many things which we cannot do, but they can't learn like us. So, this Navratri, which has come now in this year, you know, this October, Navratri 2020, this is dedicated to Sharda Devi, who is the goddess of learning. Because learning is unique to us as a species. This is the pride of being a human being. A human being who can learn just about anything. You who can learn just about anything as students, children, if you are willing, if you are simply willing, you can learn about the other creatures. If I have to say, even if they are willing to learn, they will not be able to learn. So this is the most significant Navratri dedicated to Sharda Devi. And you must prepare. You must prepare to learn something. You must prepare yourself to learn something new each and every day of your life. And by learning, I don't just mean your subjects or your academic learning at school. I'm not talking about science, history, or geography. I'm talking about learning in general. I'm talking about learning with a broader perspective. See, as human beings, there are so many things which life can teach us, which life teaches us on a day-to-day basis. So we should aspire to learn how to be kind, how to be generous. We should aspire to learn how to be giving. We should learn to be understanding, to be warm, courteous, considerate, and compassionate. We should learn to be respectful towards our elders, our teachers, and our gurus. As a human being, there are so many things to learn in this lifetime. So many things we can learn which will help us to shape and enhance our personality. So many things we can learn about our own nature as human beings. So many values, so many human values we can learn which will transform us into more positive energies, into more positive human beings. So many values about life and humanity we can learn which will further enhance our personalities and make us better human beings. So this is the most important learning from Navratri this year. Navratri teaches us that learning is the most important aspect of being a human being. And then being a student also. So this Navratri, you should all promise to yourself to learn something new every day. And more importantly, all of you should make a promise to learn about one value. Learn about one new value pertaining to humanity every day. So children, make that promise. Make this promise to yourself. Make this promise to learn one new human value every day, which will go a long way in enhancing your personality and making you a much better human being. And when it comes to learning, children, what are those things that we can learn during the time of Navratri? What are those human qualities, those human values which all of us can imbibe together during this auspicious time of Navratri? The real fasting during Navratri at the intellectual level means the purification of the soul in the following ways. Pratham Din of Navratri or the first day of Navratri, I will leave all my anger and become a more calm and a peaceful person. Dvitiya or the second day of Navratri, I will stop judging people around me which means I will stop being judgmental. Tritiya, or the third day of Navratri, I will leave all my grudges from the past, which means if I have been hating upon somebody, then I will stop doing that now. If I have been holding poisonous, harmful feelings towards somebody, then I will drop those feelings today. If I have been holding any kind of negativity towards anybody, then I will drop that negativity now. Chaturthi, or the fourth day of Navratri, I will forgive myself and also everyone around me. Self-forgiveness is very, very important, children. There are times in life when we hold ourselves guilty for so many things, so many so-called bad things which we may have done. There are times like these in our life when we hold ourselves guilty and we keep punishing ourselves, we keep beating ourselves up mentally. But now is the time to forgive, not just everybody else, but ourselves also. So we should all practice self-forgiveness. Understand that we are also human at the end of the day. Understand that we do make mistakes sometimes and we are not perfect always. The first time that we make a blunder, it is a genuine mistake. But then, once we learn about our mistake and we learn about what wrongs we have done, the second time, we should strive not to repeat that same old mistake. If we repeat the mistake a second time, then it is not a mistake, but a deliberate decision. So if you do make a mistake the first time, it's okay. It's natural. Because all of us make mistakes sometimes. But as human beings, it is our duty to learn the lesson from our mistakes. And then, without judging ourselves, without beating ourselves up, it's time to move on. And then make sure that you do not repeat the same old mistake a second time, because then it would be a decision, right? Moving on to Panchami, or the fifth day of Navratri, I will accept myself and everyone as they are. Self-acceptance is so important to live a healthy and a happy life. We should try not to change others around us, and neither should we try to change ourselves. We should remember that all of us are unique individuals in our own ways, big or small, and we should not try to copy or emulate the lives of others. Moving on to Shashti, or the sixth day of Navratri, I will love myself and everyone unconditionally. Self-love is a very important lesson which we can teach ourselves during these Navratris. Self-acceptance and self-love often go hand in hand. So if you accept yourself fully for who you are, you will also start to love yourself wholeheartedly. So learn to love yourself today, because if you can't love yourself fully, then you will not be able to love others around you. If your cup of self-love is not full, then how can you pour love into the lives of others' children? If your cup of love is not full, then how can you pour love into the cups of the lives of others' children? They often say, "My cup runneth over," and my cup can runneth over only when it is full. So it is very important to love ourselves, children. My cup runneth over. Whatever is there in my cup is mine. Whatever is running over or spilling over, whatever runneth over is yours. Self-love. Let's move on to Saptami, or the seventh day of Navratri. I will leave behind all my feelings of jealousy and guilt. Jealousy can be so harmful, poisonous and painful. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. So let's leave aside all that jealousy and all that guilt this Navratri. Ashtami, also known as Durgashtami, which is the 8th day of the Navratris, I will drop all my fear. Do you know, children, that out of all the negative emotions that are there in the world, fear is the number one negative emotion which plagues all of humanity. So we should pledge today to drop fear and stop living a life full of fear. Stop being fearful. Always remember, your destiny lies in your hands. It lies in your hard work, your diligence, and your determination to strive and do your best, come what may. So drop all the fear. Whatever has to happen in life is bound to happen and will happen eventually. So why become fearful, right? And then moving on to Navmi or Mahanavmi, which is the 9th day of Navratri. I will offer gratitude for all the things that I have and all the things which I will get in life. Gratitude. Such a powerful emotion. A feeling of thankfulness should always be there for whatever we have in our life, no matter how big or small. A gratitude for the home that we live in. Gratitude for our loving and caring parents. Gratitude for our brothers and sisters. Gratitude for this family which surrounds us with so much love, hope, and support. Gratitude for this healthy body. Gratitude for this sharp mind. Gratitude for the school that we study in. Gratitude for all our gurus and teachers and mentors who teach us so many important values in life. There is so much to be grateful for. So let's inculcate the value of gratitude in our hearts during this Navratri. And lastly but not the least, Dashmi or Vijayadashmi, which is also known as Dashera in our country. There is abundance in the universe for all of us, and I will always tap the same and create what I want through unconditional love, sadhana, nishkarm seva, and faith. What is sadhana, children? Sadhana is nothing but your spiritual practice. So all of us should pledge to practice a little bit of yoga every day. All of us should promise to practice meditation for 5 minutes every day. Yoga, pranayam, and meditation. If you can take out 15 minutes for these practices every day, trust me, you will end up developing a healthier body and a stronger and a more peaceful mind. So sadhana is very, very important in your life, especially during these tough, uncertain times of the coronavirus. At the same time, seva. Seva is what you do with your hands for the humanity. Unconditional seva. Unconditional help which you can provide and give out to the humanity during these tough, challenging times of COVID-19. What is seva after all? Your duty towards humanity. Your responsibility towards humanity. Your duty which you can fulfill through your deeds, through your actions towards humanity. Your duty towards humanity which you can fulfill through actions performed with your own hands. So every day you should strive to do a little seva towards humanity. Every day you should try to perform certain actions, certain deeds through your own hands, which can fulfill your duties towards humanity. It can be seva towards your parents. For example, it can be helping out your mom and dad while performing those everyday household chores. That is also a kind of a seva. A little bit of help, a little bit of duty, a little bit of seva which you can perform each and every day at home through your actions. Your actions your deeds performed through your very own hands, your actions performed through your hands, which can lead to the fulfillment of your duty towards your parents and eventually your family. Remember, even your household chores are an example of seva, whether big or small. It really does not matter. So perform your duty, perform your actions, your deeds through your own hands, and fulfill your duty towards humanity in the form of household chores or any other task. Wishing all my dear students a very blessed Navratri this year.